Good morning today, 130. Monday morning. Elvis over there taking the actual the sheeting off. Let the basement actually cool out, dry out and breathe. Today we've got to get this column sorted out here, which we keep on talking about. It needs to be blocked up, boxed up and poured. We need to get these two main columns sorted out. Jeff, who owns the Rebar company, is actually here at the moment, so I'm going to talk to him about making sure his guys get off their arse and do those two columns, because it's been bloody 2-3 weeks now. And what we need to do is get everything boxed up today as well. So the carpenters are here, they need to be boxed up, and then the rebar boarders also, however many they've got spare, need to be boxing up, or installing first, should I say. The rebar guys need to be installing the beams themselves, like in here. So the smocks themselves have got to be minimum 1.5 inches to 2 inches. You can pretty much see smocks there, look. So those two smocks there is pretty much what they've got to run all the way along. So they've got to run those all the way along, and then the boxing on the outside has got to be continued on the inside, and all of the actual frames themselves have got to be installed. I think they were manufacturing the frames yesterday, which is pretty much these little boxes here. I think we would pretty much call them box lintels. So it's just making sure that the right height is maintained after the concrete is actually poured in and around the frame itself. So that needs to be done all the way around the building, all across any block wall where there's starter bars hanging at the top. So they also have to extend the starter bars, because at some stage this has got to go up another 4 courses on top. So that's one thing they've got to do today. What else? They're obviously doing the drainage today, which is one of the main things they've got to continue on with, because that's got to get sorted and it's got to be balanced out. So yesterday, as I showed you, they managed to get a few of them actually in and plastered. So they've got to plaster the remaining ones, and they've got to get the plaster. Morning, how are you?
Not too bad.
Good. Yeah, not too bad. They've also then got to get the flat drainage taken out into the second well in the middle. And I'll go over in a minute and I'll see if I can film if there's any change with the septic. Morning, Tyson. How are you? Good, buddy. I was here in spirit.
I got to check there. I got to get it back. No, when you check me,
You cope without me though. So yeah, I want to look at what they've done with the septic. So what we're physically now doing with the septic, like I explained yesterday, is we're going to take the lowest point directly into one of the wells, and then we're going to maintain the high height all the way around for the rest. So what we didn't want to do is literally go down to the lowest point and follow that all the way around, because that's a lot of excavation. So taking the sewage and grease trap into the lowest point in that well does mean that it will still deal with what it's got to deal with. So I think we're about sort of 3 foot off the ground all the way around, and that would have taken us 10 inches under the ground. So we were to dig out 4 foot all the way around, and by the time you get to the other side near the suck well, you're actually 10 inches lower than that. So you've got to have a fall all the way around. So yeah, good idea for us to go straight into the well, because then that saves us having to excavate all the way around and 4 foot all the way around that we don't need. So that's one thing that's got to be done. So today, sorting out the 2 columns, getting the actual ring beams installed, getting the shuttering on the front and the top, front and the back and the underneath, finishing off the wells themselves. Really, we're meant to be starting on the roof this week, so we are behind by 2 days, as I said yesterday. So let's get downstairs and have a quick look what's happening down there. Let's have a quick look at the water table. Water table, boy.
Yeah.
How deep has she gone? Yeah. Oh, not too bad.
Oh, bad.
That's not bad at all.
No more not coming, so
No.
we could just take it out and blend.
We need to work out today how far we've got to go down with that. So we've got to measure where the line is round there. Minus the 10 inches. Okay, good. So obviously this is the water table. I'm pretty sure we didn't pump anything out of it yesterday, so that is where the natural table actually is. So it's about 1 foot, just under 1 foot. So that's not too bad. The tank itself, don't forget, here we're going to be around about I'd say probably 3.5 foot higher there with the topsoil. So we've got a, obviously the septic tank itself is about 5 foot deep, and you've got to have a stone stroke sand base. So we're probably 7 foot there, and we've got 3 foot above, so that's 10 foot. So we've got to backfill in here by quite a bit. Obviously taking into occasion the run itself and what the pipe's going to be, so we're going to have to dig that out there today as well. So we'll have a look at all. But anyway, there's the actual, you can't go over there because there's no sides, but there's the suck well, and that will go down. I think that goes down 7 feet, I think. And obviously then this will go in here, and all the piping will be dug all the way through there. There'll be another manhole, I would have thought, just behind that excavator. Will be connected by the one coming from the house to the right hand side, and also the one up front as well. So, and then what we'll do is with this, once they're in, we can level this off and put all the mud to the back and start actually using it to store and work. And at the moment it's a good 30 foot by 40 foot space that's just not usable. So once we've actually got that balanced out, we can then obviously spread it out and use it. So that's the plan for today. And then the plumber then can connect all of the actual the building side up together, and then we can decide whether we're going to block the doors up or whether we're going to leave them open for now until we're ready. But we do need a waterproofing, so I would say we're probably going to delay that for a while. Okay, so anyway, that's for here. Let's have a quick look around the other side. So let's have a quick look at the actual wells themselves. So as I said, this one here is the lowest point, so we were going to have to go down to that well and then down further all the way around. So we're not going to be doing that now. So we're going to literally take the waste and the grease trap of that straight into the base, and then the top of where that is over there, we're going to run the actual rest of the drainage all the way around, the same height, all the way around. And then obviously the wells themselves will pick up the waste and the water from there anyway. So he's upstairs busting out the window that was blocked in by mistake. So that's being taken out as we speak. In here has got to be sorted out at some stage. As you know, it's just one big empty dry room at the moment. So at some stage in the next week or two, we can start taking the props out, all the formwork out. And when that's done, we'll concrete in here, and this will be blocked up for a future use. With regards to
we want gas in the field.
Out of this wall here, as you can see, they've already broken out where the actual the waste coming from. And then we're going to have the actual grease traps going to be coming down here as well. So that will all then diagonally come over to this well here, picking up that, and then heading up to that main manhole and then shooting 90 degrees that way. 11:30. Let's have a look what's been going on. Blocks upstairs. 12-inch blocks. 12-inch blocks, which we obviously desperately need. How are you, mate? More masons? Marie, how are you? And then obviously they're actually boxing in the door frames, window frame. All the window frames have been put in. This is obviously for the concreting as well, so obviously then when the internal boxing goes on, it just stops the actual concrete pouring down on top of the window frames. And we've got around here, we've got a mason finishing off the toilet. We've got a mason over there finishing off the 12 course on the actual 2 8-inch walls, and then we've got the 12s ready to go on there as well. Brian with something in his foot. Got the little shower wall. That started. Which is good. Need to get this column one done here as well. So that they've drilled. Not too sure they've epoxied that. That's the downside. I think you meant to actually drill them bigger than that. You meant to drill them bigger and then fill it with epoxy and then put the rebar in, so the rebar actually sits around the epoxy. But anyway, talk about that later. Over here we've got the guys finishing off here, so we've now got the rebar that's actually gone in for the step. So they're actually taking, they're digging out the drainage. The drainage is going to go straight into the manhole. So is that one from over there. And then this is the actual rebar for the footing for the step. I'm not too sure if it will come all this way or not, but they'll also have to do that one. Once they've done that, they'll also do the one down there for the entrance into this one as well. So that's that being done. And then the excavator's now being filled up with fuel. 90 degrees from that manhole straight that way. They're going to have to dig out as well now. So they've got to try and work out. Probably better off to get the actual suck well sorted, septic in, all connected up, and then dig along drainage, get the drainage in, and then start getting the mud back over, and then dig this piece out. But I'll leave it down to them to decide what they're going to do there. Another mason obviously just taken the rear wall up for the toilet, which is cool. More blocks have arrived, which is excellent. So it looks like it's all suddenly starting to sink in and connect together. We've got more beam work on the floor. I think it's just the same beam, but rather than being in the middle of the walkway, it's now been moved. That's now going to go up on the wall itself. They've got about 4 of those made in the container, so they've probably only got another couple to make in order to get the whole lot done. This one will go right across, obviously, so as much as it's like one wall there, one wall there, one wall there, they'll take it right across the whole amount and box them at the top. So, as I said, we're looking at a blocking beam roof now as well, so to talk to Wayne in a minute, see if he's managed to get any prices on that. That's one thing we need to start speccing up. We need to spec that and cost it and work out whether it's achievable or not. And it also looks like, finally, not too sure why they've taken all of it out, but anyway, we actually have the rebar in, so some of it's been cut out, some of it's been re-drilled. Anyway, I'll make sure Wayne draws that out for them so we get that right 100% this time. But Richard did say you could leave it in there and just adjust some of it and then re-epoxy 4 of them, but they've cut all of them out. So as long as it's done, I don't give a damn, as long as it's done right. Other than that, the electrician's been here and done all this stuff, as you can see on the wall here. He's extended all of his conduits. Some of it's actually for light switches, some of it's for power sockets, some of it's for outside lighting, some of it's for the pool. But he knows what he's doing. Again, light sockets on the wall. That will be obviously to go down into the basement. This one will be going to the hallway. So yeah, it's all coming together. All coming together. So fingers crossed we can keep this momentum going. Should get back on track again and potentially get some of the time we've lost back. So that's the hope, fingers crossed. Good evening, 4:45. Let's have a quick check up on what everyone's done today. So, what's them upstairs on the top floor? Window's been cut out, a bit they actually forgot about. It's been broken out, needs to be cleared up. The formwork. Spin it around, it's not having it. Should be a bit better. Sorry about that. So the 12-inch block wall over here, Amri's finished that today. So that again, goes to the very side so you can see what this one is. This one's very different than the other end. This is straight with the building itself. So this 12-inch block goes down and joins the 8-inch blocks, and it's dead straight with the rest of the house. Whereas that side over there is actually set back by a block of 8. Again here, you've got the little setback, so this is going to be a nice little sun trap. Nice little corner to be sat in. I'm sure there'll be a hammock of some sort sat there at some stage. Very nice. This guy, I don't know this guy. He's obviously getting that up in the air, which is great. Armour is obviously getting this one up in the air as well, which is good. So now 12 courses on there. Lovely. And obviously that beam will be boxed in and that'll be poured as well. Let's go and have a look see if there's anything been done over here. The carpenters have been busy. They were fitting the actual inner door frames. So they've done those ones there. I'm not too sure they've gone all the way along. Yeah, they finished right off to the very end now. So they're all done. They're all done. These ones here are done as well. But obviously the ones over there and this one here will need to be sorted as well at some stage. That's gone up in height, but obviously these bits here can't be done because obviously they're part of the garage wall. Let's get down and see what your man down there is doing. They've obviously been pouring stone and sand into the actual septic tank area. So they're all down there now. As you can see, so it's now being lowered into place. Hopefully George has dictated that level, so that's going to be essential. Quick look down here what George has been up to as well. So George has arrived. George is a bit of a stress head, but that's mainly because he does like to get things done right and wants to be able to sleep at night. That's how he works. So as you can see, this is obviously all the actual the concrete for the footings themselves. He's still got to finish that off. That's so we can actually block up. The blocks themselves will come up roughly to this height anyway. So as you can see, the blue line over there on the wall, that is where the actual height of the soil is going to come over. So the steps will come out of that soil and come up to the top. George is actually taking the connections of the flat straight through into the manhole itself, and everything diagonally from the flat over there will come diagonally over, as you can see, and join into this one as well. And then there'll be piping going from that one to this one, and from this one to that one, and all of them be on between a 2 and 4 inch gradient. Obviously at this area here they're 90 degrees that way, so we've got a bit of soil to move, but we can't move the soil until we got next door laid in and sorted. So now he's moving out of the way. He's going to have a butcher's. He's getting sand. All good, boys?
Yeah. You found that up top? I found that up top?
Yeah. No, we're going there, so I thought some others came back for it. Yeah. He's trying to give me attitude, but I thought some others now. So I'm moving. No, no, no.
Pump below. Water still pumping?
So we've got to pump the water out. More sand in. There's George the man. So any questions about what's going on, feel free to shove it in the bottom. I'll do my best to answer it. If I don't know, I'm sure I'll do my best to answer. Hopefully someone will have the answer either way. So once we've actually done these parts here, so we've got to run the grease traps along from the back point here. So the back of the building here over to this manhole here. It's got to be done. And then obviously from that manhole here, along this way. We're doing backwards. And then on the other side of this, the other side of this, what we're then going to have on this wall here, this is guttering from upstairs. So there is an apartment built for upstairs if we ever do it, so that's got to come down. Sorry buddy. This has got to come down and join diagonally over, oh actually that's a lie, I think what they're going to do with this one is take this one directly over to the manhole over here. They might take this one to this one here, but what they are definitely going to do is around here. There's obviously going to be the pipe work for this bathroom, so that will come down, be busted out there, that will come to here, and then it will shoot diagonally straight over to the manhole that will be over there that this one will connect into. So this is going to come over into a manhole. They will take the pipes from here directly over and connect it straight in over there. So yeah, you've actually got all of the actual infrastructure over there coming down into these manholes. This one will go directly over 90 degrees over to a manhole here, and then anything from this building at the moment will diagonally come over and join that manhole. And then also services at the front will be broken out across the front. It will come across the front behind this container and come down and connect into the manhole down the back. So that's the plan with that. And again, once this is in and stabilised properly, we can then start backfilling. But we can't backfill until things are in and stable. So, and as you can appreciate, as you can see now, look, the manholes, the height of them, manholes are what they're meant to be, which is they're meant to be on the floor. So by the time we get this mud down into here and around here itself, that mud's going to get eaten up very quickly. But we do have two massive great piles of it behind there that we'll end up bringing over as well. So where the excavator's concerned at the moment, he's busy, but he's going to be even busier in the next couple of days because he's going to be bringing soil from over there over the wall. So we'll take one of these down, a couple of these down, and we'll bring these over. So that will be the plan. And then we still got to get this manhole here sorted out. So this manhole, again, is going to be the one that's going to join the front. So all the front ones are going to come down here, straight across the driveway, through the driveway into here, and then we'll all shoot down, straight down here to the manhole. So picking up one, two, across the driveway, picking up number 3, and then driving down to the manhole down there, straight to the septic. And there's all the mud behind us. You see the mud behind the container. In fact, let me go down there. There's actually shed loads of it. So you can see down here, there's marl behind here, there's mud, there's dirt, there's all sorts. So this is some of it that we've actually been saving. Some of it we've actually spread along here just to even out for them, because it was very low. So yeah, we brought that over. So we're going to be getting that over to try and spread it out and even out. That's the aim at the moment anyway. So yes, this has still got to be dug out obviously. So the excavator, once it finishes, will get down here somehow and try and dig out down here. It says it can fit, so I'm not too sure how he's going to do it. He's going to have to probably dig it out, level it first in order to get down there. So he's probably going to have to muller it and get it over. And then once it's over, he can then get the track down there and then dig it out from there backwards. So he's probably going to have to start with levelling it first to get down there. Other than that, it feels like there's not been a great deal done today, but there has. Obviously, it's been a lot about drainage and sewage. You're right, mate. How are you? So, brick block layers have actually some blocks and some material, so they're up here doing their thing. Down here, boys down here doing their thing. So this is once this is actually done down here, it'll be so much of a relief because we had to get this completely levelled off. At the moment, this is, like I say, this is a 40 foot, 50 foot, so 60 foot by 40 foot waste of space. So once we can actually get this protected and spread, we'll have a lot more usable space. Obviously it's going to be bloody muddy, so we're going to have to get it levelled. And obviously, hopefully it doesn't rain too much and that way we can use it. But that's the other thing, this time of year is when the rain comes. So we're looking to try and get this done as soon as possible because of the rain, but also we need to get the roof on. So roof on is my number 1 priority. But at the moment, this is probably their priority because this is absolutely essential. If we start wanting to do all this when it's boggy and muddy, it's going to be an absolute headache. So getting this done is really important. And then it's literally focus on getting the bloody roof on both buildings, this building here and this building here. Once the roof's on, we have so much more time to play with doing other things. So it's clearly not over yet. I think I'll finish filming for now because I'm just going over old stuff. So hope you enjoyed today. Let me know. Anything you want to know, let me know and I'll ask. And if there's anything else that springs up, then I'll let you know. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.